Hello, this is going to be the next part of my Empire series. Today, it will be the country of, well, actually it was the first one of the last video, but this time it's American Samoa. So, American Samoa is going to be basically like all the other Caribbean, all the other Pacific island nations by invading Fiji. But they make a landing on the island, taking it over, and take the other island, and done. Come Fiji finally falls in just a few days, which was fast. Well, what do you think? It's a sea war, but in the meantime, we hope that it goes well for this country. But next, they're like, hey, what should we do? And then in the meantime, they declare war on Papua New Guinea. This might be a little bit hard because they're not stronger than Papua New Guinea, but they're getting close to their strength. So they have a boat route set over here as they start saying the boat route, but it's just gone through the islands, but they haven't laid a landing yet in the country. But on the first off, we see a landing made in the bottom of the island of Papua New Guinea. And they keep pushing up until capturing most of the country. And then in the meantime, they make a landing in Fiji, which captures the island Fiji and turns their way toward the island over here, turns the island Papua New Guinea, taking over all that land, capturing it one by one, pushing them almost entirely off of the coast, but they already had military bases over here, so they already had enough time to set them backwards. As they set them backwards all the way to their own military bases, and in the meantime, they set up a military base on this island over here, and they have more grades on the island. Soon after, we see capturing more territory, and we about see them surrender. It just takes a little bit longer for them to fall, and they soon have to lose that, and they fall. If we go back and down, they're like, oh, it was good, but yeah. So now we see the fall of the country of Papua New Guinea. As the country is very big for its size in the region, because it's Pacific. But in the meantime, they do the best option and declare war. Well, not yet, but they declare war on Indonesia and get themselves ready for war. As I know it's going to be easy swiping through the islands, as they already have lots of bases set up across the border, as they are able to capture almost the rest of the island of New Guinea. They split their troops in half. They piss them out. It takes the first few days for them to get almost entirely pissed off the island. Indonesia is basically Poland in WW2 when they were falling against the Germans. But in the meantime, they finally conquer the island of Papua New Guinea, and Indonesia surrenders, giving them the entire island of Papua New Guinea, which for them, it's good news. But for right now, for Indonesia, it's bad news, because they know there are lots of resources on that island with lots of cultures. And in the meantime, they declare war on Australia, which I was going to say. But yeah, as we see the USA trying to figure out which side to choose, because they built a big screen. As they took over, as American Samoa starts fading, the country is a little bit of support from America, gaining about a total of 15 to 17 tanks to destroy Australia. But because it has America. But yeah. So in the meantime, they invade Northern Africa. And in the meantime, we see gradual military bases set up rather than invading Australia. As the military bases are able to connect and the lands are connected. In the meantime, they begin their way down to the country, but in the meantime, the Australian forces finally make their way over and start invading the country one by one. They push them back to their military bases, but in the meantime, they already had military bases all the way on every single 3 sites that they pushed in. But in the meantime, they pushed them all the way back in just a few days, and had another gain on the country as they pushed throughout the country. Like the capital's like down there, I think. They gained their support, like powers over here in the region, and they captured a large region of the country. The troops in there surrender, which makes them invade more into the country. In the meantime, as Australia surrenders, falling under the country's control. But here it is, the fall of Australia, the upside down road to the American Samoas. But yeah, this is a good empire so far. But in the meantime, they focused on a way to go, as for some reason New Zealand decides to join, so they don't get invaded. But in the meantime, we see lots of countries need to declare war on because of the expansion, to stop them from expanding. As they declare war on tons of countries in this war, as little tiny Singaporeans declare war on, which will probably not get that much, but this time America sent about 52 tanks to the countries that are fighting it. But yeah, let's get started. So we see the Philippines getting their way into the country. They don't see a good way to do this, but yeah, you see the speed up of the Philippines gaining the territory. But yeah, it's fought this war. So in the meantime, we also see naval supporting, like naval ground getting gained while they invade the islands. In the meantime, they invade the entire island with East Timor. As they push into the K Island, which I'm just gonna call it the K Island. As they invade the K Island, they take the rest of the territory by wiping it out. As they gain half of Indonesia's water area, they stop making their way through Java, the island of Java, and Java Falls. As they start pushing up into the upper island, they're able to capture tons of territory, and they start their ground into Indonesia more. And Indonesia's waterland barely exists, but Malaysia starts to fall as well. Soon after, Brunei just falls, just like 2 hours under the American Samoa's control. But then the rest of the island falls. And yeah, we see basically the end of the war almost, because we see lots of territory getting grabbed. As in this time, the Philippines gets captured entirely under their control. Takes a little bit of time for them to go. But yeah, we see tons of territory getting controlled, but in the meantime, the final Indonesian and Malaysian people escape before it falls. And they know that they're not going to be alive for much longer, as they're able to push them out. As the founding of Indonesia starts to go, they make another water border with Malaysia, which is bad for Malaysia, as they wipe out Singapore and make their way to Malaysia. They push near to the capital of Thailand, as they just walk into Thailand territory. As they start their way up, they capture Thailand's capital. Thailand's on the edge of collapsing, as they push up into these territories up here, which soon after gets captured most of the time. They capture all that territory, and yeah, we basically almost see Thailand surrender as they capture that territory. But yeah, it's a pretty good battle for them. But after that, we see the fall of the country, which is good for them. But yeah. This is a pretty good video. But so far, hope you guys have liked this video much. But now we see the American Samoas want to control, take over about the entire continent. Well, they already took it over the Oceania places like Micronesia and Nauru. It just took about they just made a boat landing over there, took them over in 2 seconds. But yeah, that's basically what happened. That's why you're not hearing anything from the Pacific much. But yeah, you see the fall of Thailand and the Philippines getting added into the unified group. And we see them finally getting a good job. And yeah, as we see them being a strong country in the northern part of this country. But as we see the borders between Thailand and Malaysia fall, and the Singapore and Malaysia borders fall for the second. And now, this will be the final one of the video, I'd say. They came out Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar, Laos, and yeah. Soon after, China decides to join this war, and the war gets started, as this country is now stronger than the USA. They stopped their push into Cambodia, capturing most of the country just the first day. The second day was by, and Cambodia falls, and make their push into Vietnam. And the third day rolls by as they push into Laos as the fourth day comes. And in the meantime, they're already close to their capitals. Vietnam and Laos fall on the 7th day of the war. So they fall in about a week time. And then in the meantime, we see a push into Myanmar, which takes a little while, but in the first 14 days of the war, against all these countries, the 7-day war in Myanmar. Most of Myanmar falls as the 8th day rolls by. Myanmar basically on brink of surrendering, and they fall on the 9th day. But yeah, in the meantime, they sent full French troops up into China, wiping out lots of territory as they take territory by territory, capturing most of their territory. But who do you think would actually win if these battles were actually realistic? These countries would not be able to gain their area over the country. But yeah, we see most of southern China falling to under their control. But if you take this time to like and subscribe, I'd be okay with that. You don't have to. I'm not asking you to subscribe, but I'd be okay if you do that. But who cares about that? I know it gets annoying on YouTube videos, but soon after the American Samoa crisis starts to slow down, which they had a crisis like out right after they invaded the island of Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and the financial crisis has ended as a little bit after they gained the land from China. And yeah, but I'll see you in the next video. Hope you like this video. But yeah, see you in the next one. The next empire is in alphabetical order, so yeah. But bye for right now. So see ya in the near future. And yeah, they started from this tiny island in the middle of the Pacific. So see you in the next one. Bye. Bye bye.